Adelson. I'm the editor of the Laguna Beach Independent. I'm here with City Council Challenger Robert Ross. Robert, will you tell us a little bit about your life and what brings you to this place where you would be interested in pursuing such an all-consuming job as a city council member?
I'd be glad to. Thank you. Thank you for the invitation as well. I'm what the local Laguna citizens would have referred to as a weekender. And my great aunt, Ann Mason, was the first curator of the Laguna Beach Art Museum back in the late 1920s. She was a pioneer here at Laguna Beach. She gave Joe Jarris of the Jarris family his first job digging the foundation for her home at 451 Hawthorne Street. So even though, you know, I'm still kind of considered a weekender, but I mean, essentially my maternal side of my family has been here, well, since 1910. I've seen a lot of changes down here, a lot of development, some things I don't like, and I intend to challenge them. One is the Laguna Terrace Trailer Park lawsuit, which is bogus, and I think I can prove that on several instances. What I have seen here that's rather disappointing are the number of vacancies, businesses that have gone down, mainly because their rents are so high. I'm proposing a 25% rental reduction in business only. Reason I say homes, not because I don't think the subject should be on the table, but because of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and the taxpayers backing that, whereas with the banks, or pardon me, with the businesses, initially the landlord would have to take the hit, but ultimately the bank takes the hit. I'm accusing the banks. I think that picture in that book, Too Big to Fail, kind of summed it up nicely. Things just got out of control. Property prices went way up. Rents went way up accordingly to match the property increases, and a lot of it's just it's fictitious numbers. And I keep hearing some of the pundits say, well, it may take 10 years for this economy to balance out, the real estate market to balance out. Well, I'm saying we don't have 10 years.
So, in addition to this property tax reduction, not property tax, excuse me, rent reduction, you're talking about commercial rent reduction, what else would you champion, and how will you achieve that?
This Laguna Terrace Trailer Park, I'd like to, you know, that thing seems to be right in the middle of some sort of a litigation maneuver. I'm actually blaming the California Coastal Commission because they do not have jurisdiction on that property. Their jurisdiction on the western boundary would be the mean high tide line. On the eastern boundary is Pacific Coast Highway. True, that's really correct. They did have jurisdiction on the Crystal Cove development. They did have jurisdiction on Montage and the Ritz-Carlton. That's between PCH and the mean high tide line. Laguna Terrace Trailer Park is not. It's on the other side. Second of all, they don't have jurisdiction over that trailer park because that trailer park was there before the California Coastal Commission was ever even thought of back in the 70s.
Will you tell us something personal, perhaps a story that is revealing that voters would, that you think voters should know about yourself that perhaps isn't in your campaign literature?
No, it isn't. Well, as I say, I've been coming down here, you know, most of my life. Back in 1957, before Old Top of the World, where I lived, was annexed into the city of Laguna Beach, had a little kind of what turned out to be a kind of a wild high school party. Sheriff had to come clear from Santa Ana. They were not happy about it. Judge Gabby Cravath happened to have lived right down the street from us. He and my mother were good friends. Anyway, sheriff comes, busts us all. We get taken to Santa Ana. My best friend Chuck Myers, he had to reappear before Judge Cravath Monday morning because he was the only one that was 17. The rest of us were like 15 and 16. For some reason, he was the adult. So he goes in front of Judge Cravath. Judge Cravath gives him that, you know, eagle eye look. Say, hey, I got a little drunk and disorderly, were you? I got busted, were you? Yeah, well, that's fine. Those things happen, you guys. Next time one of you guys throws a beer can at the side of my house and wakes me up at 10 o'clock at night, I'm going to throw you in jail. You got that? Yes, Your Honor. So, you know, things have not always been lovely down here, but I mean, at least everybody had a good time.
Indeed.
My parents weren't too happy about it, but most of my time was spent, you know, it was skiing. I did a lot of skiing. It was very seldom came down here in the 1960s and 70s. In fact, it wasn't even until the 80s that they finally did.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gone on to see, the development that's just gone from nothing. I remember with the whole top of the world, we didn't have running water. Everything was all trucked up.
Wow.
And, it's changed quite a bit.
It has. Well, we wish you luck with your campaign.
Well, thank you.
All right. Thanks for coming.
Okay. Interview over? Okay. Thanks so much.